Hello, welcome to 3D Printing with Wayne. This video is kind of a carry-on from an unboxing video I did of my new printer, which is a Bambu Lab H2C with the AMS2 Pro also installed. And the previous video was about unboxing the machine, putting the parts together up to the point of plugging in the power cord. And that's where that video stops. This video will start with turning the machine on and progressing through doing the first print. And you'll see bits and pieces that don't look like it's in the right order with this video, because when I went to do the editing of all my pieces of the video when I first started, I just didn't like it. So some of it I'm going to be redoing, like this intro is new. This is several days after I got the printer, but you will be seeing original video from where I was actually doing the first print and the first power on and things. But if you see my color of my shirt change, or things in the background change, or whatever, it's because I wasn't happy with my video and I went back to redo some. All right, let's progress on to getting this thing going. Now, after the power on, you have to go through some settings on your screen, and the book doesn't tell you about that. I'm going to show you that from the original video that I took. And we're up to the point that it wants you to install the Bambu Handy software on your cell phone. I'm not going to show a lot of that because different people have different cell phones, but it was pretty easy to walk through. So we're going to continue at the point where we power it up, the lights come on, and we scan the barcode to get moving forward. Okay, here we go. Turn it on. And the power switch is in the back. Now I got it plugged in, turn that on, and hopefully this thing will light up in the front. And there'll be a barcode up here on the display that I can scan. Hopefully it'll be right here. It says Bambu Lab. It's just getting started up. Light just came on inside. I hope you can see that. I don't know if you can or not because it's kind of dark. I open that up, you can probably see it a little bit better. Okay, on the screen, it wants me to select a language. I'm going to do English. Hit next. Please select your region. My region is North America. Next. Wi-Fi. It wants me to select my Wi-Fi. So I'll do that. Then it wants my Wi-Fi password. Hope I can remember that. Okay, I did remember my password. I'm kind of proud of myself about that, and I did sign in. Now I got the barcode, or the code here that it wants me to scan on my phone. So I can do that, and that binds my printer to my network. Sorry if this is slow, but it's just a process you got to work through. It says it's binding, and name your printer. All right, I named on my printer, and you can name your printer whatever you want to. It's just informational kind of stuff. It doesn't affect how it works. It's just something to help you know what you're connecting to. Okay, and now my screen here, I hit next, agree to all the stuff, and join, and verify. Remove the 4 screws marked in the red and ensure that the heat bed is unlocked. We did that earlier during the unboxing video. Remove the zip ties and foam pieces. We did that. That's on the unboxing video. We did all that. Okay, start. Calibrate for lower noise and better print quality. Okay, says it's going to take about 26 minutes to do this. I think I'll open this door and set my camera up here where you can watch the inside, because I think it's going to be making some motions and checking stuff and things. So I'm going to reposition my camera so you can watch it. Okay, now I got my camera and stuff repositioned and I got lights set up, so hopefully you can see what's going on in the inside here better. Remember, we do still have a piece of foam rubber underneath the build plate. We'll take that after in a little while after it does its calibration. And we haven't installed our print heads yet. We'll do that after the calibration. Like I said, it said this will take about 26 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start. I'm going to let you watch some of this, but I ain't going to make you sit through the whole 26 minutes. So here we go, hitting start. At this point, the printer finished its calibration and the screen has a button that says Get Started. So I'm going to press Get Started. And it comes up with the induction hot edge rack has not been set up. Please follow the instructions to complete the setup before using its functions. Okay, and it tells me induction. Okay, I'm going to go back to the quick start guide and follow the directions from it. One thing I would like to make a comment about, during the calibration process, at one point, probably about halfway or 2/3 of the way, it started vibrating and making a lot of noise. And I jumped up right quick and came over here, and what it was doing is doing some kind of a vibration test. But it was a bit of a surprise when it started vibrating really bad and making a lot of noise, but apparently that's just part of the test. So just know that that's coming up probably half or 2/3 of the way through the calibration. All right, according to the book, the Quick Start Guide, connect both computer and printer to the same wireless network. I've done that already. And when I've already installed the Bambu Studio on my PC, and it did, when I opened Bambu Studio, it did find this printer and connect to it. So that's done, and the next thing is to install the print heads. Let's see, I guess they call them induction hot heads. But anyway, there's 6 of them, or there's 6 places, but you only install 5. And it does send you this little rack. Let me get up a little bit closer so you can see it. You got this, you got 0.6, 0.4, 0.4, 0.4, and 0.2. And so now we want to install those. And let's see. This thing needs to go down. I don't know how to make it do that. Okay, I kept hitting next and got to the point that it wants me to install the print heads. But the bed, I think, needs to go down. Okay, I guess that was part of the setup, because now it says that the induction hot end rack setup completed. Please install the required hot ends before printing. Alright, so now we're going to put them in here. And I'm going to see if I can get my camera over here where you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Okay, I repositioned the camera so you can see the rack in here where the nozzles go. And I'm going to put the number 6 as the 0.6, and I don't think you can see how that just popped in there, but they just snap in magnetically. If you see this side, see the 2 little, let's see if this thing will focus on that. And I don't look like it wants to focus on it. See the 2 little holes? There's pins that those go into. So you turn those little holes in there, and the little light will come on when it's connected properly, but they just snap in place. Now put this one in number 4. These are the 0.4 nozzles here. Okay, if I can get that one in the right place. There. This is the 0.2. I'll put it down there in position 2. If I can get my hand in there. There we go. Now it's in position. You don't put anything in position. Well, you got to leave one position blank because there is a head in the print head up there already. So you don't put but 5 print heads in there, even though there's 6 slots, because there's one already attached to the print head. All right, let's move on. At this point, it says it has you install the spools, and I've got my 4 spools. I've already opened them up. They're right here. It says to open this, and I'll show you a still picture of this here in a minute. But it tells you to orient your spools with the filament coming off the top. I guess this tape needs to come off of here. I mean, that ain't gonna feed through there. Well, I'm gonna get my little scissors to cut that crazy little thing. There it is. All right, there was a little tape on the end that I had to pull off. And it says to push this forward and push it down in there. And it'll start feeding it in and get it positioned. I hope you can see that. It is feeding this toilet, turning the spool and feeding it in. That one was gray. This one will be bamboo orange, or just, yeah, pumpkin orange is what they're calling it. So I can put that in the second slot here. I'm not going to actually put it in until that first one finishes running back and forth. I don't know if I have to or not, but all right, looks like it finished, and I'm gonna put this one in. Now it's running the orange. And while that's doing its thing, the spools say it's PLA basic, and the refills will come with a sticker that you can put over that if it's a different type, or at least with the Bambu Lab filament it will. But it doesn't say what color of vinyl it is, or filament. So I put me a label here so I can write on there, this is bamboo green, and I put the number of the bamboo green there. And then I got a longer label. As I use this spool for different colors, I can just write in what that color is. Because there's so many different colors, some of them may not look a lot different. I just thought that would be a good way to keep up with what color's on that particular spool. All right, let's install the next one. Clip the end. And fish it in. And all these are just PLA basic colors. And that one was green. The next one I got here is just black. All right, trim that end off. And then put this one in here. Looks like the green is finished. I'll feed the black in. And there goes the black. And now I should be able to close the cover. Let's see what it says next. I think we're about ready to print something. Okay. it says select print files, then select the mode you wish to, or model you wish to print. It doesn't say where to find that, but I'm assuming it's on the Bambu Lab Studio file. So I'm going to leave this open for right now. Let's see. Install hot ends. We still did that. Next. All right, install hot ends. Next. Next. That's just telling you how to install them. All right, next. Read all hot ends. Please keep your head on. It's okay. Okay. Now it's reading the hot ends. You might be able to see it changing. Back in there, it's just doing the read thing. Just getting those hot ends ready. Let me move this down a little bit so you can see that better. Sorry, the angle's not better, but moving the camera around takes a bit of work, and it's doing its thing. Okay, now it says, congratulations, you have completed a hot end installation. You can now start printing. Okay, that sounds great. Now I got different icons here. See, home, print files. Okay, apparently this is the point that I got to and my camera cut off for some reason. I think one of my batteries died. But after you power it up, if you click the home button, you got print files right here, and it shows you the little banshee, the little boat. And I touched that, and he's on the list. Now the things on this list, you can just touch and go ahead and print them. I touched him, and it shows him. If you click next, you can choose what filament you're going to use. I don't have any filaments right now loaded, but if you did, you choose the filament that you wanted. You hit print, and it would load the filament, and it would start printing that file. So it's just that easy to print from here. And if you've got the Bambu Studio loaded on your laptop or your cell phone, you can send stuff almost as easily. All right, let's watch what video we got of the little banshee being printed. That concludes this video of the setup and first print of the Bambu Lab H2C. Just like to thank you for visiting, but anyway, this is my little benchy that I printed first. This was the first print on my printer. Turned out very well, worked great. These are other things that I've printed. I'll talk about those in a minute, but I actually have had a problem with my printer. And it was all related to my green filament. I had a roll of green filament. This was supposed to be a little fidget spinner star thing, something like this. But it failed printing that. And I tried printing some other things in the green, and it just kept failing on the green. All the other colors I did just ran just fine. Later on, I got back to that particular roll of green, and at that point, it ran just fine. So maybe it just had a section that was bad. But that's the only problem I've had. I did these two fidget spinners. This one's particularly cool. Little bear, he flexes around, he moves. A couple more benchies. The little dragon is really cute. Kids really love these things. These two colors, he's yellow on the bottom and his eyes are yellow. But other than that, I printed him in turquoise. I think he turned out real nice. These things right here hold your silica gel stuff, decusins, however you pronounce it, that go in your AMS to help keep the moisture down in your filament. I'm learning that the PLA filament is not too awful sensitive to moisture, but some of the other types of filament really are. So I would recommend you get these to keep the moisture down and help you with the moisture content of your filament. There's also one of them that has a place where you can put one of the little temperature humidity meters in there. That's kind of neat because when you put it in the AMS, you can actually see this without opening the cover. So you can kind of monitor your temperature and humidity inside there. This you'll be seeing later on DIY with Wayne, one of my other YouTube channels. This is a sanding block. You wrap sandpaper around it, you tighten it down here. Then when you turn this part extends out to tighten up the sandpaper so it doesn't wiggle on the tool. So that's another thing. I really like these little toothpick holders. I saw those on someone's channel. But once you put toothpicks in it, if you press it, toothpick just stands up and you just get it out like that. That's pretty cool. And then I got these little clips. They go on the edges of your rolls to capture the end of your filament so it doesn't unwind and get loose around the roll. I found those to be really nice. And I've printed a couple of poop chutes here. Not real happy with either of them, but I think I'll probably use this one, and I think it'll work fine. I just got to do a little work on it, maybe print the cup that goes at the bottom of it. I found you'll definitely need a couple of tools. You need a small pair of wire cutters, and some needle nose pliers wouldn't hurt, but you'll particularly need something that you can cut your filament with. Just about any time you go to add a roll of filament, the end of it's going to get bent or something, and you got to cut it off where you got a good straight end before you put it in the AMS, or it's going to give you trouble. So let's see, I think that's about it. But I really enjoyed this thing and intend to use it a lot. And as I said a little bit ago, if there's something particular that you would like to see me print and show, leave me a comment. Leave me a comment even if you don't know something. And we'd really appreciate it if you do all the things, subscribe, share with your friends, click the bell, leave a comment. All those things really help us grow. And we are new. This is only my third video. But we plan to make a lot more. So if you subscribe and those things, you're more likely to see our videos as we move forward. So at this point, I'd just like to say thank you for visiting 3D Printing with Wayne, and we hope you have a great 3D day.